problem, then blame you that you hadn't fixed their problem that they created in the first place.
Yeah, there's a lot of DC characters that are basically just, that's their entire purpose for being, is just to be a problem in themselves and trying to solve problems by creating more problems and just, hunting the rat in your kitchen with a tiger kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or is it a rat and a snake? I don't know that even. Anyway, hello everybody in Fandom Flux podcast.
When did you start recording?
I knew when he started.
About 40 seconds ago.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
He's always recording.
Yeah, we were having an interesting discussion, but there was no good point to just stop and go and hit the button. So it was, yeah.
Hey guys, I just want to say I found this nice video. It's Sonic AMV Gangster's Paradise.
Why?
This trailer's terrible.
From 2007.
Supposedly they're going to change Sonic's look. Supposedly.
Yeah, the director has gone on record as saying, "Hey, yeah, we get it. We're gonna do something."
So yeah, the Sonic trailer dropped. Immediate reaction.
Actually,
what did y'all think of Jim Carrey?
He was good, actually. I'm kind of looking forward to his performance.
Yeah, it's no surprise that Jim Carrey shines as Eggman, but at the same time, I'm still kind of disappointed in the...
execution?
Yeah. Let's be real. He's not shining as Robotnik. It's the hill I'm gonna die on. He's not shining as Robotnik. He's shining as Jim Carrey. Still, it's just him doing it.
It's a nice Jim Carrey throwback. It's not Robotnik. Like, okay, I'm gonna say something. You know who I think would be a good Robotnik? The guy who plays Kingpin in Daredevil. Bring him in as the Eggman.
Would it? I don't watch that.
I could plausibly see it.
Big bald guy, and you just let him go nutso.
It would just be him at his hammiest rather than the restraint that he usually displays.
I'm down for that.
Like that was the thing with Kingpin and why he was so good in that show in particular, was because you could always feel that just massive presence there, and that you felt like in a finger snap he could just completely lose his shit and just explode on everyone around him.
Well, it depends on if we're going for Robotnik or Eggman, because Robotnik is that.
Yeah, he is, but that's what I'm saying. That performance was made good by the restraint, not necessarily just the explosions.
Yeah. But I feel like you do a Robotnik that has restraint, and it slowly is like, because that seems what they're doing is he's going to be losing it throughout the movie as Sonic interrupts each and every one of his plans until he becomes Eggman with the goggles and the big mustache.
I could see that.
I think
this is off topic, but on topic at the same time. When's the last time a Sonic thing was actually good? Because I'm not a Sonic fan. I don't actually pay attention.
Mania.
Yeah, Mania. Yeah.
It seems like the fans of it are always upset about everything.
I've heard good things about Generations.
Yeah, Mania was good. Colors apparently was good. I keep hearing. Generations was really good, but again, Generations and Mania are rehashes of earlier stuff. A lot. So
Mania did some new stuff, and I feel like it made a good starting point for 2D Sonic to come back.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think I'm going to go on record and say that I'm going to see this movie in theaters. I don't know what it is, but I watched the trailer and I'm like, I need to see this. I'm actually kind of interested.
Yeah, god damn it. Yes.
My favorite thing about this trailer is the fact that it built up my hype for Detective Pikachu. And literally, they said more people are excited about Detective Pikachu.
I showed this trailer to my mom, and she said it looks fun. We should go see it.
I mean, it does. She's not wrong. Probably not fun in the way that they intended.
I'm like, what about the design? She's just like, it's just a silly movie. And I'm like, you're right. It's just a fun little popcorn movie. I shouldn't really put too much effort into thinking about it.
But if it's fun to make fun of it, then sure.
Yeah. I mean, why not? You know.
At the same time,
go ahead,
especially what was that?
Go ahead.
Okay. At the same time, we've got with the outcry. I think that if it becomes a movie that people want to make fun of after this, there's just no hope whatsoever.
Do you think that's a more popular genre now? Not really a genre, but like a method to make money by these studios to make movies bad on purpose, or just like make fun of them so they can make YouTube videos about how bad it is. That's a thing now.
It's a really risky play.
But I feel like they're willing to do that because they know Sonic fans are going to see it regardless.
I mean, on one hand, it's Sonic, so how seriously you take the whole thing can vary based on any incarnation that you're looking at. On the other hand, it's Sonic, so there are some things that are going to be constant through everything.
One thing I will say, like, in regards to this whole Sonic thing is, they are going to be changing the design. And I do think that if the design's changed, it may not be a great movie, but I'll at least be able to watch it and enjoy it somewhat.
Yeah, like, the design as it stands is unsettling, and that's not...
I don't think it looked that bad. It's just the teeth. The teeth did it for me. Like, the teeth are weird.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
The eyes...
If it was more human looking, I would be horrified by it. But it was,
like the eyes look good in some angles. In others, they don't. And it's the rest of the body. It's weird. Like the face is like a skin-colored fur, but then the stomach is white. But then the stomach is white, and there's no consistent kind of design going on here.
So Zero, if this maxes out as, let's say, it does what Venom did, like Venom. Venom was a bad movie, but like I had fun with it.
I had fun with Venom, yeah.
If it was Venom, would that be good for you?
Yeah, it's Sonic. I'm not expecting it to be good. If it's bad enough that I can have fun with it, and it has fun with itself, that's perfectly fine.
Yep.
But, you know.
You know what's funny? There was a game on Mega Genesis that I thought was a Sonic game because, you know, the character art looked vaguely similar. And just... that's all I can see when I look at this design for Sonic. It's just
it looks like a mouse like did a Kirby thing with Cloud Strife and just absorbed his powers.
It was a pretty good game though. It's called Sparkster, I think it was. I mean, I just googled it, so it's Sparkster. I don't know whether that was the name of the game, but that was the name of the character, and it was pretty good. He had a jetpack, so you could just rock it for like a second, and you bounce off walls with it. It was really cool.
He's an opossum.
I don't know what that is. Is that like
an opossum?
It's a possum because it's.
Is it like a Japanese possum, and the O just means it's big?
It starts with the letter O. Some people pronounce it.
It's a possum, okay? The opossum is the actual term that you call possum, but it's an opossum.
That just sounds
the actual name. Then. The actual name is opossum. People call it a possum. That's not correct.
But it is a possum. That's what the name is a possum.
The name is opossum.
Who's on first?
You remind me of Beaver Knight.
I don't know. He's on third.
What? No, what's on second? Damn it. Yeah. So... I hope it's good. Like, outside of the design thing, I hope it's a passable Sonic film, and that there's fun to be had watching it.
Friendly reminder: Nintendo is making a Mario CG, like 3D animated movie, with Illumination, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we have very
be dark otherwise."
Yeah, but they have very specific. Like Nintendo is like, if you mess with our property, we will just burn bridges with you forever. So,
Yep, that's Nintendo.
let's see how that turns out. Because Detective Pikachu looks good. It looks like they really were very particular about how it was going to be made and what it was going to look like.
Ludicolo
Yeah,
and
I've seen
Psyduck
videos
are kind
saying
of
it's the
terrifying.
best. I've seen videos saying it's the best video game movie of all time, which is not saying much, but better than nothing.
Ludicolo makes me happy. I don't know why.
He does, but he's terrifying.
Yes. You're saying this like Ludicolo and Psyduck weren't already terrifying.
Psyduck is great. So you're listening to this music so you don't kill us. Yeah.
Psyduck.
That was the best line.
Okay. Yeah. So, I guess now's a good time to do the intros. Hi! I'm Casey. How's it going? We got Zero.
Episode 0.
Hey, everybody.
And we got Sisa.
Wow, we're really far into this for introductions.
Yeah, somehow we got sidetracked for about 20 minutes. This happens. Patient.
Hello, everyone. The trick to making good toast: melt the butter first and eat it when it's hot.
Okay.
Okay, adding patient to the list of things I find scary now. Just,
I mean,
it goes Ludicolo, Psyduck, patient. So, we also have a guest on this week, and that guest is Bomber. Yay!
Hey, I'm Bomber BCM, and I'm not Kenchi618.
He's not. Ken was sad that he
I wish
couldn't
my-
be here, but, you know, it's
Yeah.
sad times. But
Oh well.
he's here in spirit. Hey, fuck you guys. See?
Yeah, his spirit would definitely say that.
Yeah.
No, he loves me, so we'll say I love you, Bomber, and then I hate
Yeah.
everybody else.
You'd say, I love you, Bomber. Fuck the rest of you guys.
This is episode 261.
How does
You didn't say it before.
how does this show go again? Something like, who wants to go first?
I can.
But who is on first? We established that already.
Go ahead, Slicer. Just gonna let that.
I don't want to talk about this unless we're actually going to do a spoiler stream eventually, but I saw Endgame. Really good movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too. And we're probably gonna do a spoiler thing at the end of next week's episode, because that's the
Okay.
2 weeks.
Boy, is that movie entirely consisting of a third act, though. Just one
Wait, it
long
doesn't have
third
one,
act.
or it needs one?
No,
It
it's
is
an
one.
entire movie. The entire
Okay.
3-hour movie is a third act. It's impressive, actually.
Yeah, I can see that now. Yeah, that makes sense.
But that is all I will say on it, and we'll save the rest for the next thing properly. Aside from that, the only other thing I did was actually play Days Gone, and I rushed to finish it yesterday, so I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. But boy, is that a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, bikers
there's
fighting zombies, kind of.
There's nothing wrong with it, and in fact, it's quite an enjoyable game. It's just like there's nothing great about it, but there's nothing super wrong about it either. It's safe, but not as safe as a lot of games are.
Mm.
It's
It looks like
kinda
there's
janky
budget
sometimes,
behind it,
but-
right?
Yes, yeah. It's not a bad game. It's like I said, it's like safe plus. It's weird, but
I've heard that it plays
the
good,
physics
but like
are-
there's nothing to do.
Yes, actually, it really feels like you're kind of starved for side content. Like, at any given time, you have, like, 2 quests. One main quest and one side quest. And it isn't always obvious which one is which.
That's not right.
Also, this game really loves pushing your bike. And so a lot of your quest rewards are just going to be decals for your fucking bike. And the bike isn't enjoyable to drive until you're about 80% through the game and get all the upgrades for it to increase its durability. Because this is a game where if you go over a hill too fast and land, your bike is half broken. Anytime you get off the ground enough to get air, you take damage. And the game is upfront about telling you this too. And until about the last 2 gas tank upgrades, your bike just burns through gas. Oh, and when you get the last gas tank upgrade, it takes so long to fill up your gas tank. I was just browsing through my phone while at the gas station. I swear to God, that thing takes like 3 minutes to go from mostly empty to full.
It's
It's
not fun.
no.
That's too realistic.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to go all Red Dead Redemption on, is making sure you have an accurate experience of waiting for your petrol tank to fill up.
Yeah, so
Like, Red Dead, you can have the fancy cutscene to do it, but if you're just waiting for petrol to fill up, you're literally just watching a dude stand there and wait.
yeah, and fast traveling uses up gas in your tank. So there's a point in the game where right before you hit the upgrade to upgrade the tank, you have to actually stop at your house, the midway point between 2 camps, and fuel up, because that's where you get gas for free. There's other places you can get gas, but that's like the easiest one. It's stupid. It right in the middle of fast traveling, instead of going from point A to point B, you have to go to this place, sit through 3 loading screens or so, and just refill your gas tank. You're not gaining anything. It's just stopping momentum.
So basically, it has a lot of nice things that are just kind of standard, and then some clumsy design decisions that are maybe bringing it down.
Yes.
A little.
The one unique part of this game, though, the hordes. There on the map, there is, I think there's 40 different places you can find a horde of several hundred zombies. They're terrifying early game. They will kill you. If you alert them, you better get to that bike, because you cannot outrun them for long. This is another one of those games where your base stamina is like a chain smoker. You can't run for very long at all.
He's a biker. He probably is a chain smoker, in fairness.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But thankfully you can upgrade your stamina, health, and you get focus, which is if you aim your gun and hit a button, it slows time.
So it really is Red Dead Redemption.
Sure, yeah. You can't lock onto targets and just shoot them all at once, but yes, it's a similar concept.
It's Red Dead Redemption, but it's on a steel horse you ride. Huh?
Yeah,
Because
clever.
it's a bike instead of a...
It's good. You put effort into it. It wasn't quite
Put
the
tomatoes
lowest.
in the comments, please.
Yeah.
So, early game, you do not have the weapons to fight these things. You can get lucky with pipe bombs and Molotovs and shit and kind of pick them off, but if they work in a herd mindset, so if one of them spots you, the entire horde spots you, and they will chase you forever. Or until you get far enough away with your bike. But let's say in the later part of the game, I had all machine guns. So I had like an MP9 as my sidearm, Tommy gun is my main gun, and then an M60 is my special gun. I was able to just chew through hordes, and it was very nice. Unfortunately, this game very clearly has so the longer you play, the more fucked up things get. For instance, in the last area, since I played this game in massive stretches at a time, a lot of the hordes glitched out. They didn't spawn in the areas they were supposed to. So I actually couldn't get, like, horde you kill percentage. Every 5 to 10 percentage points towards this total, you get a new gun. That's actually how I got the M60. Like, you kill 50% of the hordes. And so I couldn't get some of those special late game rewards because the game just bugged out. I had actually beat the game and it force respawned everything.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I've heard some things maybe about the bugs in that game. It happens, big open world, but it's not ideal.
I mean, the game has been out for 9 days now or so, and it's on like patch 1.05 or something like that. So they are updating the game. They are patching it, but right now I would suggest giving it a pass for at least like a month, I would say. But if you like zombie games, it's pretty good. It's an enjoyable game. I would wait till maybe it's on sale, but it's not a bad purchase if you're looking for a way to kill like a week or two.
Makes me sad that that game was announced on the same day that God of War was announced.
Wait, you mean God of War, the one that came out like
Yep.
months ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were both announced at E3 2016. And
When is that God of War getting DLC? I feel like I've been waiting forever.
It got free updates, I believe, right? It got the New Game Plus.
It got a few free updates. Never got any significant DLC or new content.
Which is nice, frankly. I find that a good thing.
Oh, I actually forgot some. Okay, in one of the last few quests is actually to kill a few select hordes around the map, and thankfully that quest didn't glitch out because I actually already killed the horde that was supposed to be there, and so it's just like, do this. Oh, you did it already. Good job. It's actually the demo area where they showed off that
that big
mill.
like warehouse-looking place with the water tower and everything, and the zombies crawling all over the roof and everything.
Yes, that is the largest horde in the game. Or it's one of the two biggest ones, I believe. Also, that area is very clearly a beta area because it's different than everything else in the game. Like, you know how in Dead by Daylight you can go through those pallets and throw them down behind you? There's things like that in that area that there is nowhere else in the game. Things that you run past, and you hit them, and they clutter the ground behind you and kill things. That area is different than everything else, and they didn't fix it, they didn't correct it, they didn't spread out those changes. It is the weirdest thing. But so yeah, that's my review. I think that's my recommendation this week. Honestly, it's a fun game, but it has some caveats.
So, how many more zombie games do you think we're gonna get in the next year or so? Let's say.
I think the genre is
20.
down.
Enough to hopefully satisfy my dad whenever he asks me, are there any new zombie video games coming out?
I think we're gonna get one major one, and that's it, and then some minor ones that are not super popular.
Resident Evil.
That doesn't count.
4 remastered plus extra ultra.
Yeah,
Deluxe.
We had the Resident Evil remake. That's already gone. We've had Dead Rising's been like quiet for a while now. Left 4 Dead, obviously, that's fucking out. But I can't really think of any zombie franchises that are still kicking around that are currently doing anything. So,
You consider The Last of Us zombie?
oh fuck, right? That exists. Yep, that's a thing.
I mean, if you're gonna consider Left 4 Dead zombies, then you have to consider Last of Us zombies. They're both diseases.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're getting one zombie game. I guess that's the one that I think it was Zero was hinting at. And then hopefully no others. Like, can we please? Enough. How about some vampire games, huh? Werewolves. Wait, no, we had 1886. That's not the werewolves.
I'm sorry, we have to
remake
Resident
simple.
Evil 6.
Sorry, what, Bummer?
I was saying I can understand it because zombies are just such an easy writer's device. You want to put people in an apocalypse, but you don't want to make it. You don't want to actually explain how they got there. So, hey, it's zombie apocalypse. Boom, there you go.
You know, I really should hate zombies based on that logic because I fucking hate dragons for the same reason. But
at least with dragons, it's like they're more special. With zombies, it's like, hey, have it so where these characters can fight against outside forces, then fight with each other.
I think the difference between like a dragon and a zombie is a zombie has that like shred of humanity to it.
Yeah.
Of like that can be somebody that you were friends with that now you have to kill.
You can be friends with dragons.
But then it's that old chestnut. You're becoming just like the zombies because you're doing all this.
Yeah, it funnels you into
whatever.
a certain way of writing. That's kind of the difference is that like with a dragon, there's lots of different stories you can tell with dragons. With zombies,
There's no empathy for the dragon, really.
It always ends up being the same story with zombies.
Yeah, it's a zombie apocalypse. You're either
But who are the real
trying to
monsters?
avoid one, or you're already in one. It's one or the other, and that's all you can do with zombies.
There is that groan-worthy line from The Walking Dead. I don't think it's not even in the comics. I think Rick was like, "We are the Walking Dead." It's like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck you.
You're becoming the monster that you're fighting.
We were the Walking
hate
Dead
that.
all along. Credits
I hate
play.
that. That's so boring to me.
It is. It's terrible. Also,
And,
no,
like, why
Casey, you can't be friends with dragons. You can only stab dragons. 'Cause fuck them.
Shut up,
They
dragons are
deserve
cool.
death. They deserve death.
I just want to see a World War Z like type of thing where everybody's working together and literally we're systematically taking the zombies out. Like none of this fighting with each other. We're actually doing a job.
Yeah, if they did a zombie apocalypse game where it was, let's say, almost strategic, like you could still have it be an action game, you could still do like sort of State of Decay kind of thing, but there's actually a goal of pushing zombies out of a certain area kind of thing. I would be so down for that. Like actually trying to take the world back from a zombie apocalypse.
The problem with that is gameplay-wise, that's not good.
Give me a game where I get to play as, like, you're in the zombie apocalypse and you're just like a necromancer. There we go. Boom. Done.
I
We're
wish
just
I could
flipping.
think of an example off the top of my head, but there are games where you clear areas of things, and zombies being one of them, depending on the game, and then it becomes boring. Large stretches of the map become completely harmless and threatless, and it's boring.
Or just flip it where you're the zombie, but you're intelligent. None of the other zombies are intelligent, and you got to just make your case. Like
Yeah.
that attorney game. What's that attorney game?
Phoenix Wright?
Yeah, you got to Phoenix Wright your way out of it.
Phoenix Wright zombie. There we go.
I thought you were going to go more Overlord with that, but I mean, if you
Nope.
want to bring it to the courts,
No,
yeah, sure.
it's just
I would
like,
go for that.
are you sure that you're not... It's like, I am perfectly alive and intelligent.
No,
We need
think
to
about
check
it.
his body temperature.
No, this is a good idea. Phoenix Wright your way out of it because they're trying to take your house because technically zombies can't own property.
Objection! Testing his body temperature consists of an illegal search.
I
It's
want to
like,
see my
ah,
kids.
look.
I have rights.
Little do they know
Phoenix
that I
Wright your way out
filled
of it.
myself with, like, hot liquids before this trial even started. Oh no, it's going on too long. Oh no, the liquids are cooling.
Yeah. I'm a zombie. I have rights too. That's it. That'll be the whole game.
I'm still warm.
I'm human. If you cut me, do I not bleed? I mean, it's a bit congealed, but it still happens. Yeah.
Yep.
Who could make that without it being some kind of blatant social commentary, though?
But why can't it be a blatant social commentary?
Because then it would be terrible.
That'd be a decent one shot for a fanfic, actually. Like
Make
this,
it a
zombie
social
that's trying to make it
commentary
case.
that is... Make it like a bad social commentary on purpose.
Okay, that I could get behind.
They talk
Oh
about
god,
it
are
in Shaun
we
of the
back
Dead.
in late
Shaun of
90s
the Dead, they have
post
them working
Alanis
at Walmart.
Morissette irony now? Is that what we're doing?
Irony.
Bomber, you raise a very good point. The end of Shaun of the Dead was based.
They're working at Walmart. They're pretty much
Yeah.
treating them like the mentally handicapped.
And putting them on Wipeout and stuff.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
using it for free labor. So boom, flip it. Hey, you can't use zombies for free labor.
Look, I'm just a dead person, and I think that my rights are not being treated fairly. You treat me
cannot
like I'm
call
not
me a
even
zombie.
alive
That's an
anymore.
offensive term. It's an undead American.
Yeah. and look, I don't want to start the apocalypse here or anything, but you're pushing my buttons.
That'd be great. What were we talking about?
Sounds terrible.
I don't even know. I think I was talking about a week, but that's it. That was my week.
So pretty much the game is not bad, but wait a week. No, wait a month.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait a month for some solid patches to fix the bugs, and you're good. And maybe DLC. I'm actually not sure if this game is going to have DLC. I wouldn't assume so, because it's kind of insular with the story. It's all self-contained.
What's up?
Kind of makes me sad, but I was never going to play another zombie game anyway. Patient, you want to go next? Wash well? Patient is
Like
indisposed. Cool. Okay. Zero. Do you want to go next?
Okay. So, yeah, I saw Endgame. That's a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Conflict occurs.
It's pretty good.
Thanos is in it. Sorry, spoilers.
Yeah, Ant-Man is in it. It's a good movie.
He didn't go in his ass and expand.
That's in the director's cut. But
Anyway,
did you guys see Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night? That whole like Castlevania throwback Kickstarter made by Iga. They released a trailer recently where it's like one of the major complaints from the demo for Bloodstained was the visuals, and it's just like, yeah, no, here's a quick little thing. It's like, we're gonna fix this, and it looks so much better. Like, they redid the lighting and the shading and everything, or at least we're putting more effort into it because it was incomplete when the demo came out, anyways. So it looks really good now, and I'm really excited for that.
it does look kind of flat in the one on the left. I'm just looking at the thumbnail because I can't play the video.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But everything pops now, and it's really nice. I never supported the Kickstarter for this, but I kind of wish I did now. Aside from that, and seeing Endgame twice, which, yeah, the whole Sonic thing came out, and that's been a fun little thing. I found a little video where somebody animated the Jim Carrey's Eggman, but I actually animated it.
Yeah, I think I posted that one in the shithole a while ago. Sorry, on our Discord server. Yeah.
I might have missed that then. I beat Phoenix Wright 2. I'm now on Phoenix Wright 3 in the Phoenix Wright trilogy. It's like, I feel like one had a lot of cases where it's like you had to think really outside of the box in terms of like trying to get to these solutions, and sometimes it was pretty much impossible given the information you were given.
So old school adventure game kind of thing.
Yeah, well, like it wasn't really that bad, but there were some things where I was like, I need to look at a walkthrough. Just because you have to present evidence and like a specific type of evidence on this particular point. 2 had the problem where I knew what the case was going to be. Like, I knew how this thing went down. I just didn't know which piece of evidence to present on which statement of the testimony. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit, lots of good cases, but there was definitely lots of parts where it felt too easy, I guess. But also, like, hard by making me have very strict requirements to do things.
What does the game want as opposed to what makes sense?
Yeah. So far 3, I've only done chapter 1, which is the tutorial, but I'm enjoying it. Once I finish it, I will probably give a little review of the trilogy as a whole, but it's very fun, I guess. It's not like the most engaging game I've ever played. There are some cases that are really good, some cases are just meh. But I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, I did not get very far into playing that series. I did the tutorial case in the first game. I got part way into investigating the first real case. And then I stopped caring, like, okay, that's cool. You want me to faff about doing adventure game puzzles, quote-unquote puzzles. No, thank you, was basically my response to that, so...
Yeah, the investigation stuff was actually, that's one of the main critiques of the first game is investigating was like, you have to do this in a very unspecified, specific order, and 2 is a lot better in helping you identify to investigate. But I felt like I had, actually, you know what? I do feel like 2 is better as a whole in terms of clarity. I do wish there was a button so I could go back and read text that has been said, because you might miss something, and then it's like I can't go back and see what that said.
There's not a log of text?
No.
Oh.
Not that I can find, which is annoying.
I can imagine.
So sometimes I get a bit lost because I accidentally pushed A too early. And that, I don't like that. I watched a YouTube channel, Mahler, like a huge 8-part series on a response to H. Bomber Guys in defense of Dark Souls 2 as well, and that was like a lot to watch. It was like, these were like hour-long episodes, and it's a really good series because it really breaks down. It's like a 9-part actually. It really breaks down the various arguments, fallacies, and biases that somebody can have in an argument, or in especially in an review or defense of a series. And I highly recommend that simply because of how kind of clinical and methodical it is. Very logical series. So I'll link you guys part 1.
Is that condemning Dark Souls 2 or refuting the points the other guy made in the defense of?
The H Bomber Guy in defense of Dark Souls 2 made a video responding to a review, and this one kind of it's not like it tries to look at Dark Souls from an objective point of view and look at the arguments that H Bomber Guy is making from an objective point of view and a logical one. So, yeah, there's the last part is called In Defense of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the Last Sin.
Okay.
But and that kind of goes into how I would actually make a defense, and then from the creator's point of view, and then finishing up with actual objective thoughts on how the game kind of runs and is. And it helps because there was a lot of problems with Dark Souls 2 that I found out that I didn't have in my play with it. But again, that might be rose-tinted goggles.
Here's the thing. I don't like the term objective when it comes to reviews.
There's the objective qualities of a game in terms of how it works, though.
Which can matter more or less depending on the person. That's why I don't like the word. When it comes to reviewing something, you give your impressions based on what you think, and doing a technical analysis is not the same as doing a review. Is my opinion on it. My very subjective opinion on it.
Yes, the difficulty here is that the In Defense of Dark Souls 2 was not presented entirely as a subjective video. And I would recommend watching the series because there's a lot of interesting things that are said in terms of the nature of subjectivity and objectivity.
I feel it just always goes back around to the fact that did you have expectations for Dark Souls 2 coming from Dark Souls 1? And can somebody who's never played Dark Souls 1 play Dark Souls 2? And with that, pretty much that's where I got from it. Because I started off with Dark Souls 2 instead of Dark Souls 1. And when I went back and played Dark Souls 1, my opinion of Dark Souls 2 drastically changed.
For the better or for the worse?
For the better or for the worse?
I don't know. Because it's like, I feel like all Dark Souls 2 is stereotypically what people who defend Dark Souls 2 should just say is the fact that it's not Dark Souls 1 completely and people are mad about it. I know that's not all the arguments, but that's like most of the people who say that they're hating on Dark Souls 2, that's their argument.
I don't know. I'm one of the people who actually liked Dark Souls 2 and still does.
Yeah.
But
I
might
like
be
Dark
overrated
Souls
on that
2 as well, but it is a very flawed game.
Which
Yeah,
so
got, like,
was Dark Souls 1.
And Dark
Like-
Souls, Dark Souls 1. Like, I'm not saying that Dark Souls 1 is not flawed. I'm just saying that in this video, it kind of breaks it down because the original in Defense of Dark Souls 2 video does not treat Dark Souls 2 like a good but flawed game. It tries to make the flaws seem like part of a good design.
Oh, I see.
And that's kind of the problem. So
Say it one more time.
it makes the video in Defense of Dark Souls 2 makes the various problems, technical issues, bugs, and overall bad design choices that are there, which you could admit, yeah, it's flawed, but it tries to make it seem like, oh, this is good. This has greater and deeper meaning when there really isn't. Like, it's okay to say that the game is flawed and that you like it, but when you try to make it seem like all the flaws are there to make it even better of a game because these flaws all work towards some design. They're not flaws. They're not flaws. They're design choices.
Yeah, but at the same time, I might actually agree with that some people like something, some people like other things, and yeah, something you call a flaw, I might call something I preferred. Like,
If the AI is broken,
example,
if the AI in a game broken, is that a design choice or is that a flaw?
What do you mean by broken?
If it's not working
Attack
right, or the
frames.
enemies
So
are just
frames
staying
of
there,
attack.
or if the enemies
Okay,
are
just-
T-posing,
Sorry, what?
if
I was
the
just saying,
enemy,
like, frames.
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah, or if the enemies are like, say for example, T-posing, or if they're ragdolling and glitching through the floor in the world, are those types of things
That's not
flaws?
a design choice. That's called a bug.
Yes, but the problem is the bad stuff is being ignored in the other video, and then the stuff that is like say Aldia's Keep overlaps with another place. There's Dark Souls 2 doesn't fit naturally in a real setting when you try to map it all out.
Yep.
But and so there's an argument to be made of, well, because there's an overlapping, that's a choice made because this world is chaotic and everything. But
Okay.
at the same time, yes, exactly. That's the type of stuff I'm trying to talk about. It's like, but it's only 2 locations that overlap. Everything else makes sense. So it's that type of thing where, like, yeah, just I recommend watching this series of videos. You may not agree with everything, but I think that some good points are made in them.
I think a video titled "In Defense of Something" is probably going to focus on the positives more than the negatives.
Yeah, of course.
So judging it on those merits is a little odd, but I can see where you're coming from.
Because it's the response to this is all kind of like I guess from my point of view, it's not really like about Dark Souls as for me as much as it is about seeing somebody, because he goes through and he takes literally every paragraph by paragraph, every bit of the In Defense of, and kind of breaks it down to kind of the logical core. And there's something I actually really like about that in terms of seeing how people develop their own arguments and put them together, and how biases can leak into those arguments. Like, it's very interesting from a writing standpoint.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm coming from with that. I like Dark Souls 2. I like it a lot. But it's important that we try to keep in mind that just because we like a game, it's not necessarily perfect, and that's okay.
Yeah, And just because you don't like a game, it doesn't mean it's the worst thing in the world, which,
Exactly.
in fairness, the opposite side of this particular argument is also claiming that, so... Biases are in play on both sides. Worth noting that for people that care a lot about Dark Souls, because there's a lot of people that care a lot about Dark Souls. Oh my god.
Because the response of this, like, the person who's responding, they've, beaten Dark Souls 2, 14 times. They like the game. It's just they're trying to be objective about it, was the impression I got. Which, that's fine. I feel like we do live in a time where everything is either the worst thing or the best thing. Which... I don't like that mentality.
No.
But, I watched that series of videos because I was listening to stuff while I was working, and long form videos like that really help in terms of, I need to just zone out and do things.
Yeah.
Make some chicken.
Chicken's good.
We're not selling grilled chicken at my store anymore.
I don't know whether
Really?
that's a good or bad
What?
thing. 'Cause,
We no longer sell grilled chicken at my store.
Nobody was buying it.
Nobody was buying it.
Oh, funny thing. They wanted to go there for fried chicken. I don't know why they go specifically to KFC for fried chicken. It's weird. But, yeah, it's how it goes, I guess.
But
Such an asshole. Oh my God.
You're not wrong, though. That's the thing.
Anything else, Sarah?
Well, I'm trying to think of something. I visited a friend who came back to California after a long time. That was nice. They made me cookies. It was very nice.
Oh.
Cool.
Ginger snaps are what they are called, these cookies.
I am familiar.
They are very good. I didn't know what ginger snaps were, and so my friend said, I'm going to make some ginger snaps for you because you don't know what they are. And I'm like, okay.
They are ginger, and they snap.
Yeah. Very cinnamony. Gingery.
Yeah, okay. Just gonna let that one slide.
Just let it fall and plop onto the floor.
Mm-hmm. Just let it go.
Yeah, but I've been playing a lot of Smash lately because
Yep.
friends have been wanting to play Smash, and I have never played Smash with Casey yet. I don't know why.
Because he doesn't have online or
Gosh
have
darn it.
played Smash in the past 3 months.
Gosh darn it, Casey. Anyways, that's it for me.
Okay. Bummer, how you doing? How you been doing?
I've been doing fine.
Yeah.
Overall, doing a lot of more stuff with my military service. That's been it's been better. I'm not the person that they yell at anymore. Now I'm the person that can do the yelling, even though I don't want to, because that's stupid.
Fair enough, but at least you're away from that.
Yeah, I'd be seeing other people just being yelled at now. I just find it funny. Oh, speaking of Dark Souls, I know we just got off it, but I've been playing Sekiro. I hate it so much.
Do you hate it?
We're-
Do you hate it,
we're in a-
hate it, or do you love it,
We're
hate
in an
it?
abusive relationship right now. It's
Yeah.
this is the relationship. This is me. I just try to give her all the love and affection she can handle, and just try to understand her, and she just smacks me in the face every time. And she says you're a piece of shit, and you don't deflect good enough, and that's why you die 15 times.
So you're telling me Sekiro is a tsundere? Is what you're
It's
telling me?
no, it's a dominatrix, and she's tying me up and just beating me over and over, and I'm just taking it, and I'm not going anywhere. It's even worse because the way the game is set up, there's not different paths you can take, but different bosses you can fight at different times. So if you get sick of this boss, go to this boss. But now I'm literally cornered. There's 3 different bosses I can currently fight, and I can't beat any of them. They kill me every time.
Thank God you're talking about a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've actually heard this complaint before, where it's like
They
you
give
have
you so
multiple
many paths.
all of them suck. All
It's
of them
like
are
three doors.
impenetrable.
3 doors. Would you rather fight Mike Tyson? Would you rather fight a gorilla, or would you rather fight freaking whatever the third option is? Just something terrible. I can't even think of a metaphor because it's that awful. It's terrible. But I love the look of it. I like the combat, but it's just so unforgiving. And it's like that's my problem with the not Bloodborne, freaking Dark Souls community, because I feel like they started all this with the too many health bars and too many stages for bad guys. It's just they started this and now they don't want to get rid of it, and it's gonna keep on being a thing forever. I don't know. That's what I've been going through.
Have you, despite all the troubles, have you enjoyed it? Is it a fun game to play, or is it just something you kind of? It's not fun. It's more of an obligation at this point.
I'm enjoying it. That's why I can't walk away from the relationship. That's the bad part.
So you're a masochist.
Yes, and I don't
I
even
mean,
like
anyone
that,
who
but I
plays
guess I
a
am.
Souls game is.
But Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 to me weren't this level of just. Like I never felt hopeless playing those games, and this I'm 60% hopeless right now. Like I'm taking breaks.
Okay, question. In Dark Souls 3, for the most part, once you got past a certain point, you could just go elsewhere and make your numbers bigger. Is this one of those games? Can you do that, or you just, like, get fucking better?
You can't get better, like, in terms of, like, attack power and stuff like that unless you get beads, which you get from beating bad guys. But you can beat the scrubs in order to get skills that you can use in battle. But the thing is, if you still die with 2 hits, you won't have the chance to use those special skills. Or if you mistime a deflection, you won't be able to use the skills either. So it's like they're giving you tools, but they're not giving you the capabilities. They're not giving you more time. How do I describe it?
They're not giving you more time on the clock. They're just expanding your tool set.
Yes, and the measure of error, like you can only really fuck up twice. You fuck up twice, you're done. Like, and I expected. Normally with Dark Souls games, you get more of a leash to work, and I feel like they've just gotten rid of that for the sake of the community that just loves. They get off on how hard the games are, and I hate that about that community, about Dark Souls community. Like I hate that get good.
The reason why I haven't gotten Sekiro, despite liking this series of games, is that game. Like, we know Bloodborne is all about like dodging and being aggressive. Everything's really fast, right? It has that specific theming. With Sekiro, I always heard it was always about the parrying.
Yes.
It's fast too, but it's just like that's the problem. It's quick, but you also got to deflect. Like you can't circle around everybody. You can't just go between their legs like you do in Dark Souls 2. It's just, hey, this beast is gonna claw you 15 times. You better deflect every last one of them, or you're gonna get caught and then you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, the tracking is good enough that you can't just dash away from or through things. Actually, speaking of which, your dodge, roll, dash, whatever the fuck you have in this game, does it have invincibility frames or no?
I want to say yes, but you gotta be. Those are more like just sword-based enemies. Sword-based enemies, you can kind of get around them like that, but like the beast enemies or the spiritual ones, they're the ones where it's like you pretty much just got to deflect them because they're so much faster than you. You can't do it.
Yeah,
they're going to be on your ass in a second.
I was listening to the Castle Super Beast with Angriest Pat, who was talking about how that this game is built in such a way where it's not really like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, where you have a lot of various builds. You get your tool set and you get your bosses, and once you have all the timing down for all the bosses and you go to New Game Plus, there's not really a lot of replayability because you know how to beat these bosses. And you don't get to try out different weapons or builds. It's just there's a correct way to do a lot of these bosses.
Yeah, so it's like more like a Souls-like Monster Hunter. Then there's an ideal kit for every boss. There's not. You can't just go in with whatever the fuck you want and expect to win.
There's no other weapons other than what you have.
I think he's more talking like it's like an old school adventure game where, you know, you just go through the level, you fight the boss. There is a certain couple of things that the boss will do. You need to know how to beat those things, and then you beat those things, and then you're done with the boss. And anytime you fight that boss again, like you replay the game, it's going to be the exact same experience. You're already going to know what to do. There's nothing new there. Like, you can't go in with a different weapon kit or anything like that. It's just the same fight again.
Like, for example, one boss you fight is a giant flaming bull. It's a bull that's on fire and it's going to charge you. It's super aggressive, but it's like sloppy. With beast enemies like that, you use the firecrackers because that scares them enough for you to stagger them and then attack them while they're vulnerable. You can use other weapons, but if you want to beat him the easiest way possible, use the firecrackers. No other weapon will be as effective as the firecrackers for that type of enemy.
It's a case where, unlike Dark Souls, where it's like, hey, you know what? I've been running through with strength build. Maybe next time I'll try a dex build or a magic build. It's very much, you have one build, you have one set character, and there's an optimal way to beat every boss. Whereas you can always argue about dex versus strength and heavy armor versus light armor and quick rolls.
Yeah, there's no debate. You can't even change his clothes. He's the guy no matter what.
Yeah. It's you go and fight the dude, and you dodge the things that he does, and you hit him with the things that you do, and that's the entire game.
Yeah, like I don't want to sound so negative because it's actually a good game, but like it's been so frustrating. I can really only name off the negatives. Like there's positives to it as well, but it's just so. Like, they need to have a difficulty slider. Like, honestly, it's becoming to the point where, like, this game is not accessible. I can't recommend it to other people because of the fact it's so difficult.
I'm sure there's a good game there, and I'm sure a lot of people enjoy it, but the main thing about Dark Souls is if I'm having trouble or just feeling stagnant, I'll switch to a different weapon. The fact that I couldn't do that, this game does not sound like it would appeal to me. Also, I don't like parrying. I like dodge rolling. Or blocking with a big fuck-off shield.
The narrowing of focus to one specific fighting style really doesn't appeal to me. Like, I admit, it's actually probably a fighting style I would enjoy, because I like dex builds, I like riposting, I like all that stuff. But if that's my only option, that feels a lot less flavorful an experience.
You know, I'm the naked guy with a claymore, so... This game doesn't appeal to me at all.
Like this game really is just the parallel branch to like the Bloodborne side of the Dark Souls tree. Like Bloodborne just focused on dodging, quick, be fast, dodge everything. This is just if you're good at parrying, you're gonna love this. But I was never good at parrying. I was always a dodge roller. So this game is just not my wheelhouse. Even though
I'm 27 now. My reflexes are slowing down. I can't keep up with that shit.
No fucking kidding. Good God.
I can feel myself dying. It sucks.
Yeah, it's right.
Of it.
Fucking right. Oh my God.
I'm over the hill. Oh God.
The title of this episode should be Midlife Crisis.
I'm an old man.
Oh. I'm gonna go get a
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize you were 27 by now. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
As of like a week and a half ago, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
On being 27.
I'm in my late 20s now officially.
You were
or do I have to wait
late
till I'm
20s last year, motherfucker.
I was 26. That's not...
That's still when you pass the 5 mark, you're in the late part of it.
Yeah.
5 is the middle. Anything past that's late.
Like...
You can argue you're also in your mid-20s, but you're also in your late 20s.
Oh gosh, I just remembered I'm 24.
Shut up.
I'm 2 years away from my mid-20s. I'm 23. I'm close to the mid part.
Yes, but you're still in early 20s. One more year and you'll be mid-20s.
Yeah.
Death is
Grandpa,
coming for us all.
Slowly. It delivers us all to its end, or whatever.
Thank you for the ad interruption for patient. Appreciate it. Yeah, Zero. In
I'm
a
done
few
thinking.
years, your back is gonna hurt, and you're gonna just.
My
be
back already hurts.
There you go, then. Fuck you.
It's been hurting
I don't
for
know
years.
what point I was trying to make, but fuck you anyway.
If you have decent health insurance, you may want to see a physical therapist because a lot of that early stage back pain stuff can be fixed. It was for me.
Yeah, I had a friend at work that somebody really just Mr. Miyagi'd his back. Like he went to a therapist, he just cracked a bunch of places, and he's now he's like fine, like he's doing backflips.
That might be a good idea.
Physical therapy and chiropractic stuff is just incredible.
So, anything else, Baba, aside from Sekiro?
And our impending mortality?
Not that I can think of. I think everything else is like a recommendation.
Oh, cool. Okay. Patient, how you doing? You good? Or still?
I'm good now.
Cool.
Sorry about that interruption.
That's
Goes without saying, it was a complete accident. Still feel the need to apologize. So, not a lot of luck on the job front. I've had a couple of interviews, but none of them have gotten back to me yet. I'll probably be following up with those that I can tomorrow morning. Only one that's gotten back to me has moved on to other applicants, basically.
When you put in job applications, how long would you say you wait before you call them? Do you call them to begin with?
I don't. It's normally only a couple of days before they get back to me. If that.
Fair enough.
Though for one of the applications that I put in, I went there in person because I was having serious problems with the submission program, and so the person in Human Resources submitted the application with me and promised to get back to me with an interview at some point.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, except I believe that was last Friday.
Oh, well, shit.
So yeah, I'm going to be heading there tomorrow in hopes that I'll be able to do something there. So I feel like I made a really good impression. As for the rest, there was another where I went to a quote-unquote job fair to interview, but it was... There wasn't a lot of fanfare involved. I just waited for a bit, then got into an interview with very nice, personable assistant manager, and got to know about what I'd be doing. So I think I made a good impression there. I'm hopeful about it, but time will tell. So
I cannot overstate the importance of selling yourself well in your interview. I was actually passed over by someone who already worked at the university and was basically transferring, and my boss was encouraged to accept them over everyone else because nepotism. So, but I impressed everyone there so much that they handed the job to me instead.
I have taken a class on how to do well with that sort of and I think I did well enough. I think I did well. I mean, they can't. It's not like taking a test wherein you get the test back after you've taken it and you get to see what you did wrong. You don't get that chance here. If you don't get the job, maybe you did everything right and you were passed over. Maybe you did something wrong and you can't go back and find out what it was because...
So sometimes you can. You can ask. If they get back to you directly and say, we went to someone else. Okay, is there anything you can tell me that I might improve on? Kind of thing is a thing you can ask, and it's worth asking.
Fair enough. I'll keep that in mind for the future. Thank you. Aside from that, I spent the better part of this week playing Super Mario Odyssey for the first time. Christmas present from my brother and my sister-in-law, and only now got around to playing it.
It's a good game.
Yeah. I've beaten the main storyline. Wasn't hard. Now I'm going to try going for 100% completion. I'm already dreading the jump rope and the volleyball and the RC car race, and I'm not looking forward to it.
I have no idea what any of those things are.
Good. Anyone who's played Super Mario Odyssey knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I played it. I only got up to. I literally stopped when I had just gotten to New Donk City.
Well, then, never mind. Anyone who's played through New Donk City knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I 100%ed Mario Odyssey.
I'm bad at jumping puzzles, and the thought of having to jump across my own hat for an entire game made me physically sick to my stomach.
It's really fun once you master it, though.
I will never master it. That's the point.
Did you try to master it?
No. I'm not good at jumping puzzles. My brain does not work on that. I can't do bullet hell shooters either.
I love bullet hell shooters.
I run into the bullets. I'm that bad.
So it appears that we all have our own strengths and weaknesses.
What else is new? Lots of fun. Looking forward to completing it 100% parts. Dreading exactly what that could entail. But it's a fantastic game. Aside from that, the Crossbrain hasn't been making a lot of progress as far as the chapter goes.
Has or hasn't?
Hasn't.
Gotcha.
Because Zomniac has been dealing with finals week.
Yup.
But now he's graduated.
Yup. I didn't know that, but I just wanted to do the yup thing again.
So yeah, we'll be getting back to work on the chapter as soon as we can. It's a bit silly now. For the entirety of the last year, or at least most of the past several months, I've been the only one of the three of us who had a job. And now I'm the only one of the three of us who doesn't. It's a bit irritating, really. I mean, we still got the Patreon payout, but until that's refreshed, I'm just being forced to cut back on a lot of things. So, here's hoping that I have good luck with my job search.
Yeah. No, as always, wish you the best on that one.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Also, at the very least, finals will be over pretty soon. So.
Well, they are over. Like I said, he's graduated. Which.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're still going on here, so yeah, I guess that's a little bit different ever.
Yeah. Okay, so. Not much else to bring up besides that. The week has been pretty slow. Of course, unless you count the business going on with my girlfriend. Things just... The new job that she got, she moved to her grandparents' house to get a better position for it, geographically, to be a bit closer to it. But seeing as how the job doesn't start for a couple of moved back to her parents' house for a few weeks. I cannot go into details, but it just continues to irk me exactly how bad that environment is, how stressful, how much stress she's under. And I'm eagerly awaiting when things turn around.
Is that just the nature of the job, or is it just like specifically like the people she works with?
I'm sorry.
No,
what?
it's a family thing. You misheard.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just let it rest. Just let it rest. Okay. Alright. Aside from that, I believe I have a recommendation this week, but
Yeah.
am I the last to go?
I haven't gone yet.
Okay, I'll wait then. Go ahead.
But well, I guess since everyone else has gone, I'll go next.
No, let's wait for Kenshi.
Yeah, Kenchi's. Don't worry, we gotta wait for Kenchi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. It's the only reason people listen to this fucking show.
That's true. And
Okay, well, thank you for that. Appreciate you.
nah, I watch it just because y'all are fun.
Okay.
Y'all are good guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds genuine. Now, that's...
Oh, I don't get it. That's so...
Okay, so,
I can't even decide.
what the fuck have I been doing this week? Writing more. Shitting myself because the fucking power kept going out for like a second, which is, long enough to force shut down my computer, and then doing that every 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's
a couple hours
that's
ago.
where a laptop comes in handy, but you can get power boxes that basically do that for your computer. They give you like an hour of power.
UPS,
but
yeah.
those things are like $500.
Yeah,
they probably
that's-
dropped in price since I last saw them, but they're not cheap.
Yeah, so like 2 hours ago, I was shitting myself because if that kept happening, I would not be able to use my computer. Not to mention, it would keep shutting down my internet connection, which means this episode that we moved to now specifically so that Bomber could be on it, I would not be able to be here for. So, yeah, that was incredibly bad timing that could have really, really put me in a pinch. So, glad that didn't happen. Annoying as it was when it did go on, and, also make me worry for my computer. My poor baby. You're okay. You're okay.
Please stop cuddling your computer.
I'm just patting it. Head pats. For my computer. So, yeah,
Anime.
Aside from that, her name is Jean. What else? What am I doing?
Creepy.
Shut up. You don't judge me. I've been writing, obviously. That's a thing I do. Aside from that, I also watched the Sonic trailer, and I watched Endgame and all that other stuff that everyone else already talked about. And I downloaded and started trying a Japanese game that is Japanese in the sense of it technically hasn't been legally translated in this country. Seeing what that's about, called God, you have to forgive me on the name. Kamidori Alchemy Meister, I think is the name of it.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it looked okay, so I downloaded it, and so far it's okay. So, I don't know. I've played like half an hour to an hour of it, and it has that Japanese thing of most of it is visual novel. So
it is on the visual novel. So yeah.
Yeah, but it also has like the gameplay is based around. It's kind of like Racketeer, basically. You go into dungeons and hunt for ingredients that you then use to craft stuff that you can sell in your shop, kind of thing. Which seemed cool, and so far it still continues to seem cool. And I will hopefully play more of that over the next week if I have time when I'm not doing the writing thing, because I want to continue updating the stuff I'm doing on QQ, but I also want to get back to writing some of the stuff that I've been doing on FF.net, because I haven't updated any of that shit in over a month. So,
The connection hiccup just a little bit. What game are you talking about?
Kamidori Alchemy Meister.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to get back to doing that, which means I need to figure out what I actually want to write, because I now have officially too many stories. So yeah, gonna have to prune that list a little bit. Sad times for Patient. Rubber Justice is probably on the cut list. Because, that's 2 One Piece things that I'm writing currently, and one of them is way fucking harder because Luffy is just a pain in the ass to write. He's just awful.
He's that bad.
I cannot get into the mindset. He has to be just a very specific level of stupid and a very specific level of strangely intelligent and perceptive. And then there's also the fact that he generally doesn't care about things unless he feels like it.
Around him.
And then also I have the bit that's just a bit because of the stuff that I've done, is he also has to care about things in a general sense also, but only to an extent that it doesn't too much clash with how he normally is in just the canon material. Oh god, it's such a headache. So yeah, that's probably on the cutting room floor, unfortunately.
So to clarify, indefinite hiatus or cancellation?
I don't know yet. Like I say, I need to look at things and see where I stand with all the things I've been writing. So we'll see how that goes.
I always thought the rule of thumb for that was just like, if you can't see yourself updating in 6 months, then it's just, you might as well just cancel it, versus hiatus. Because you don't want to give people like that. But I don't know. There's no concrete rule for these things.
So yeah, that's pretty much my week though. Avengers is good, by the way, and the Sonic trailer was weird, by the way, and I don't know, Sekiro's probably okay. Dark Souls 2 is probably okay. I'm just recapping all the things everyone else talked about because they talked about them before I could. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, that's how I do now.
We must recap everything forever.
It's my own fault, really. I should have just said I'm going first, just so that Zero couldn't talk about Avengers, or Slicer technically talked about it first. So I could have something to say, hey, yeah, I totally went and saw Avengers and went outside and stuff and did things.
So to recap, Casey gave a recap.
Yeah.
We can't stop you. If you decide you want to go first, I mean, nobody's going to argue that.
You have the power.
It's true.
But I'm a nice guy, so I want to let other people go first.
Please don't ever use that term. Ever. That means something else now.
But you can just...
I don't know what he's talking about.
He's
talking about Reddit.
Oh, because I said nice guy and you said, that means something else, and I immediately thought of, Mike Guy.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of, because...
If we were all Mike Guy, the world would be a better place.
True.
Terribly dressed, but a better place.
How would you know the difference if we were all Mike Guy?
True.
I mean, my fashion sense is pretty terrible as it is, so that's really just a step up.
Also, the nice guy thing, meaning asshole secretly, that's also a thing that's been a truth for a very long time. I don't know why you think that's new.
It's not, really. A bomber, what do you say?
Really quick without spoiling it, because I've got an opinion about it.
Okay, you're cutting in and out. Just bear with me for a second. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Overall, what is a better movie, Endgame or Infinity War? Just as movies.
Oh, shit, that's kind of hard.
I think Infinity War is a better movie, even though I felt better watching Endgame.
You're asking the difference between
as a movie,
Empire and Return of the Jedi. That's the difference.
And that's a debate too.
I'm not a Star Wars fan, so that means nothing to me. But by themselves,
deep debate.
isolated and alone, Infinity War is the solid movie. Because Endgame, as I said initially, it is an entire act consisting of an entire movie consisting of a third act.
Endgame cannot be self-contained. It cannot be. Functionally, it does not work.
I can see that. I just spoil it, but there's still so many things. I don't want to spoil it, but it's some problems with Endgame. Even though I love the way it ended.
Yeah.
Problems with it.
Same.
I have a lot of problems with it as well, but I mean, yeah, it was a pretty good experience.
Yeah. I look forward to next week when we do a spoiler cast. Yeah.
It was just satisfying.
Yeah.
So I was curious, and I typed in the words "Gangster Sonic" into the Google image search.
With an ER or with an A?
With an ER.
Wait, don't tell us. Don't tell us. I know what's gonna show up. Is it like not fanfic? DeviantArt?
Well, what do you mean DeviantArt? There's no DeviantArt here, clearly.
That's Shadow the Hedgehog.
I know, there's clearly no DeviantArt. Hold on, I got a lot of images. Hold on. Oh, it's clearly not.
Is it like the thing where you put Sonic and you put your last name? Ugh.
That is the dorkiest looking gun I've ever seen.
It's like what thinks a gun looks like. It's just.
I'm sorry, are you talking about the first or the
terrible?
The first.
The first one.
Yeah. What?
That's terrible.
What are the ears of those sunglasses hanging on exactly?
No.
It's hanging off his face. Like, what?
No, he's just... They're not actually hanging on anything. They're just very precariously balanced on his face. If he moves at all, they'll fall off and he'll look like a moron.
You ever seen the Hey Arnold meme? But they're not touching his ears? I gotta pull up that meme. It looks like that.
All these gangster Sonics. I did find a picture of the Sonic movie here, so that confirms it as a gangster Sonic.
I actually have seen glasses that end in like the teeth of a hairbrush or comb, so they go into your hair to hold themselves in place.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, I found an OC that is a gangster. Oh my gosh, it's a big link. I should just save this image and then upload it.
I feel like we've gotten sidetracked. I don't even know how this happened. What the
Zero,
fuck?
do me a favor and just drop those in the shithole for me so I don't have to actually put these in the link dump.
Okay.
Thanks.
Do that.
Okay.
So...
It wasn't Hey Arnold, it was Arthur. Boom. That's the image. Damn. He's got headphones on, but he's...
Oh, right.
They're not... And the meme is how I'm listening to your mixtape.
That's pretty good, I'll admit.
Yeah, okay. Recommendations.
Yeah, Arthur meme.
Aside from the Arthur meme, you said you have something.
Oh yeah, I really do. Dang, now. Oh yeah, what is it? Oh, it's on a streaming service. You may have heard of it. It's called Netflix. Not a lot of people are on it. It's called American Vandal.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yes, American Vandal. Pretty much, how do I spoil it? It's a show about a kid who gets accused of a crime of drawing careers. It's drawing dicks. The teacher's called. Or is accused of it, and he gets suspended from school. Like first 40 about
You're chopping in and out again.
them innocent. It's a mockumentary about them trying to prevent the kid innocent who got accused of drawing dicks on really didn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just just interesting. It's an interesting show. I can't really explain that much more of it without spoiling it.
He's right. No, the basic premise is just some kid drew some dicks on a lot of cars, and these two guys make a fake documentary to get to the bottom of it. And the school is then supportive and then not very supportive when they find out some interesting details.
Yeah. And it gets real seriously, even though the fact that it's just a stupid dumb, and it just takes a bunch of weird turns.
Okay.
The plot twists are like really dramatic, but also they don't mean anything because it's just a bunch of dicks on cars.
It couldn't have been me. That's
I don't draw dicks like that. That ain't me. That's not my dick signature.
The curvature is all wrong.
It's actually the mechanics of drawing dicks is a plot point.
It is, yeah. It's really good. No, I second this recommendation. American Vandal. You got 2 seasons, and the second season is about someone putting laxative in all of the school lunches. So it's the brown day.
Okay. Anyone else?
Not really.
Patient?
Am I coming through?
Yes.
Am I? Okay. Yes, I have a recommendation. It's a bit of an unorthodox crossover, but I think it's quite well.
Okay. Zero. Could you not, please?
I'm sorry, I have to find more Sonic OCs. It's very important.
Doubling down. Could you not? Well, it's literally drowning out Patient entirely.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So much good.
Okay. Let me start again. It's a bit of an unorthodox crossover, but I think it's done quite well. In one universe, Ulquiorra Cypher dies wondering about what it means to be human, and Orihime wishes he could have the chance to know. In another, a young boy in a cupboard under the stairs wishes that he could have and his latent magic is gone. The Hollow reawakens in a small, now living in the mind of young Harry. Nobody is prepared for Harry to have this hidden. As their odd coexistence begins, is certain Voldemort will know true despair. Instead of completely retelling the plot, it's a series of interconnected tales, not necessarily told in the right order, showing how Ulquiorra's presence affects the series as a whole. This is Mind Flip. A crossover between Bleach and Harry Potter by user Texas Bean.
Oh. Now that's a series that I didn't think would ever cross over with another. That's an odd combination, I'll admit.
Agreed. Yes, I thought the same thing. But the execution is well done. So.
Oh, I think I've actually read this one.
Oh.
No, if this
Patient,
is
how do you?
This is really good.
Patient, how do you find some of these Harry Potter fics? I feel like when I'm looking, all I see is the trash ones, and you always have the most well written ones.
It's pretty simple. I go to the section, I filter it by most recent updates, and I skim through what I can see.
I set the character limit to like 80,000 plus. That usually filters out a lot of the garbage.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what I need to do, because I just see nothing but garbage.
Also, Patient, you dropped the ball on that one. You could have just said you need some patience. That was your thing. You just... Oh.
No, don't do that to me. Please don't.
And it's as much of a joke as it is. No, that is actually a valid answer. Is no, you just have to be patient in waiting through the shit, because there is a lot of it.
Yeah, but that makes it even worse because he's right.
So yeah, that's my recommendation for this week. Mind Flip. Updates seem relatively slow, but they're quality updates.
Alrighty.
Yes.
So, I guess that's an episode. It's a long episode. Thanks, Bomber, for being on. Yay, Bomber. Bomber is cool.
Man.
We
I'm
all
sorry
love
we
him.
interrupted you so often.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're shitty people. You're better than us.
Excuse me.
Nah, I'm not better than patient. That's it.
Well, that's.
What,
I'm sure
Patient's
Patient
a great
appreciates you
guy.
saying that.
That's not very nice, Will.
Mike. See, he's such a nice guy. He's sticking up for you guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux podcast episode. If you'd like to get in contact with us, do so through the YouTube channel, through the comments, or through our own public Discord. It's got a bunch of stuff in it. If you spoil Avengers,
Patreon.
that will still be mad at you, because there's like 3 days before the... No, not 3 days, it's like 4 days. Before... the moratorium is even vaguely up. Please donate on Patreon if you feel so inclined. Once again, thanks for listening to the... It's late. Don't blame me.
Can we blame you for forgetting the Patreon bit?
I did say the Patreon bit.
No, the bit where you recognize the Patreon sponsors.
That's next week. Isn't it?
Wait, today is the 5th, so...
It would be
I
the
don't
first
know.
weekend of the month. I mean,
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, is that out already? Okay. Right.
It just came in today.
Oh, okay.
sweet.
Dang, Patient right again.
So I don't know if you want to do that yet because I haven't. Let me just find the thing. All right. So I would just like to thank our various patrons for donating for the month of April. So thank you, Ethan F., for your donation of $10. Thank you, Bomber, for your donation of $20.
I know that guy. I hate that guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's pretty cool.
Thank you, Troper, for your donation of $5. Thank you, Alex, for $3.50. Thank you, Greek Guy, Boy by Fresh, and Max Dole for donations of $1 each. Thank you, Crossbrain, for $10.
A pleasure as always.
And thank you Ex Nativo, aka Minty, aka whatever name he's going by now, for $7.
So many
Is he
AKs.
going by now? Where is he? He's currently... What the fuck? Where is he?
I think he's Agent Mintful. That might not be his. That might be somebody else.
That sounds right. Agent Mintvol.
I wish I could change my name just like that. I'm just too stuck with it.
I mean, you can. You can...
It's been too long. It's
rename
too late.
yourself. Okay.
I just remembered that Night Wizard is a thing, and it made me happy.
So, Casey, for the request that I'm about to ask of you, please reply with okay or yes. Can I end this episode?
No. Also, how did you even remember that was from Night Wizard?
Because that's how I interrupted the start of that anime reflex.
Oh, God. Look. Oh, I blocked that out of my memory, and then you said the line.
What the heck? Oh my god.
Literally, all I could remember until like 30 seconds ago of Night Wizard was Zero stupid rhyming villain names. Bye, everybody.
Night Wizard!